Padeshatarine. Jai Shri Krishna Caitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasadi Gaura Bhaktavinda. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. So we're going to continue reading from Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 7, Chapter 6. We'll read text 25 today. We have been hearing the teachings by Prahlāda Mahārāja, how Prahlāda Mahārāja is telling his friends that to immediately take up spiritual life, the urgency of spiritual life compared to wasting time in material life. So we can see that how Prahlāda Mahārāja is really having so much emergency, so much urgency, so much urgency in this that he's saying, take it up as soon as possible. Okay. So we're going to continue. Tushte chatatra kim alabhayam ananta adye.
तुष्टे च तत्र किमलभ्यम् अनन्ते आध्ये
Kim ter gunavyatikarat hayesva siddhaha.
किं ते गुणव्यतिकारात् इहा ये स्वसिद्धः
Dharmadaya kim agunena chakankshitena.
धर्म आदया किं गुणेन च काङ्गितेन
Saram jusham charanayar upagayatamna.
सारं जुषां चरणयो उपगायतां नः.
Translation and purport by His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. Nothing is unobtainable for devotees who have satisfied the Supreme Personality of Godhead, who is the cause of all causes, the original source of everything. The Lord is the reservoir of unlimited spiritual qualities. For devotees, therefore, who are transcendental to the modes of material nature, what is the use of following the principles of religion, economic development, sense gratification, and liberation, which are all automatically obtainable under the influence of the modes of nature? We devotees always glorify the lotus feet of the Lord, and therefore we need not ask for anything in terms of dharma, kama, or artha, and moksha. So here, Prahlāda Mahārāja, he is saying that the devotee can get nothing is unobtainable for the pure devotee. He's saying it. We're always trying to get things, but here Prahlāda Mahārāja is saying you become a devotee, you can get everything. Because the Lord is the cause of all causes, He's the creator of everything. So automatically everyone's needs are all fulfilled. So he's saying, no, we don't need to ask separately for dharma, artha, kama, and moksha. Just glorifying the lotus feet of the Lord, and we get everything. In an advanced civilization, people are eager to be religious, to be economically well situated, to satisfy their senses to the fullest extent, and at last to attain liberation. However, these are not to be magnified as desirable. Indeed, for a devotee, these are all very easily available. Bilva Mangal Thakur said, Mukti Swayam Mukulitanjali Sevate Sman Dharmartha Kamagataya Smaya Pratiksha. Liberation always stands at the door of a devotee, ready to carry out his orders. So Bilva Mangal Thakur is saying, because the pure devotee, he is already liberated. So he does not need to separately endeavor for liberation. He's already liberated. He's understood, I'm not the body, I'm the soul. And he is engaging in devotional service. material advancement in religion, economic development, sense gratification, and liberation simply wait to serve a devotee at the first opportunity. A devotee is already in a transcendental position. He does not need further qualifications to be liberated. As confirmed in Bhagavad Gita 14.26, Sagunan Samatitya Brahma Bhuyaya Kalpate. A devotee is transcendental to the actions and reactions of the three modes of material nature because he is situated on the Brahman platform. So a pure devotee, he's understood he's not the body, he's the soul. And he's acting in that way. He's acting, all his activities are to please Krishna. So even though he's in the material world, he's not of the world. The modes of nature don't affect him. The pure devotee, he does not get any karma. Krishna is personally taking care of the pure devotee. All his karmic reactions are burnt off because he's working only to please Krishna. He's not working on the material platform for sense gratification. So he has no karma. He's not affected by modes of nature. He's on the liberated platform. Is that okay?
Yes.
Okay, so then we continue reading. Prahlāda Mahārāja said, Agunena cha kankshitena. If one is engaged in the transcendental loving service of the lotus feet of the Lord, he does not need anything in terms of dharma, artha, kama, or moksha. Sorry. In Srimad Bhagavatam, therefore, in the beginning of the transcendental literature, it is said, Dharma prohijita kaitavatra, dharma, artha, kama, and moksha are kaitava, false and unnecessary. So one may say, oh, how come dharma, artha, kama, and moksha are called kaitava? Because they're all on the material platform. The dharma that is mentioned here is to do some kind of material pious activity, to get some material opulence, to be able to enjoy material life better. And then in the end, if one understands, the goal is moksha, then one wants to get liberated into the Brahman. So that's why it's called Kaitava. Nirmatsarana, persons who are completely transcendental to the material activities of separatedness, who make no distinction between mine and yours, but who simply engage in the devotional service of the Lord, are actually fit to accept Bhagavad Dharma. Dharma Bhagavatam iha, because they are nirmatsa, not jealous of anyone. They want to make others devotees, even their enemies. So the Bhagavatam actually can be really relished by persons who are not envious. The pure devotees. The pure devotees are not envious. They want everyone to become devotee of Krishna. So they can actually relish Bhagavatam. In this regard, Srila Madhvacharya remarks, Kankshate mokshagam api sukham. Na kankshato yatha. Devotees are not desirous of any material happiness, including the happiness derived from liberation. So devotee, he is understood, he is not the body. He is understood, he is spirit soul. So his desire is only, how can I please Krishna? What can I do to please Krishna? He does not want anything material. He does not want material enjoyment. He's enjoying in relation to Krishna. He's experiencing a lot of happiness, a lot of bliss in relation with Krishna. That's the reason he does not want material happiness, or he does not even want happiness of the Brahman, because he's already experiencing great happiness. This is called Anyabhilashita Shunyam Jnana Karmadi Anavritam. Karmis desire material happiness and Jnanis desire liberation. But a devotee does not desire anything. He is simply satisfied by rendering transcendental loving service at the lotus feet of the Lord and glorifying him everywhere by preaching, which is his life and soul. So this is how the devotee is happy. He's very happy, very blissful in devotional service. And wherever he goes, he speaks about Krishna. You know, when we love someone, we keep talking about them. Oh, he did this or she did that. So the devotee loves Krishna. He wants Krishna to be glorified everywhere. Prabhupada says that that's how one expresses love. That is love. When one is wanting to spread the Lord's glories, that, oh, the Lord should be glorified by everyone. And so this is what the devotee does. Is that okay? Yeah. Yeah. So we'll go on to the next one. Just give me a moment, please.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna
Okay, so
Krishna, Hare
Hare
Hare,
Hare,
Hare Ram,
Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram
Ram,
Ram, Hare Hare.
Hare Hare.
So we're going to the 26 now. Thank you. Dharmartha kama iti yobe hitastrivarka
Dharma artha kama itiyo abhihit trivargah
ikshatrainaya tamo viveta javarta
ikshatrainayo damu vividha cha varta
manye tadetad akhilam nigamasya satyam
manye tat etat akhilam nigamanasya satyam
swatmarpanam swasurida paramasya pumsa.
swa atma arpanam swasuridaya paramasya pumsaha.
Religion, economic development, and sense gratification. These are described in the Vedas as Trivarga, or three ways to salvation. Within these three categories are education and self-realization, ritualistic ceremonies performed according to Vedic injunction, logic, the science of law and order, and the various means of earning one's livelihood. These are the external subject matters of study in the Vedas, and therefore I consider them material. However, I consider surrender to the lotus feet of Lord Vishnu to be transcendental. These instructions of Prahlāda Maharaj stress the transcendental position of devotional service. So Prahlāda Maharaj is also saying that religion, economic development, sense gratification, all these are material, although they are all coming in the Vedas. They are within the Vedas. It's there in our scriptures, but he's saying it's all material. So he is saying, I consider what is highest, what is transcendental is devotional service. Surrender to Lord Vishnu, becoming a devotee of Lord Vishnu. That is transcendental. So Prabhupada here is quoting Bhagavad Gita 14:26, Mamcha yovya bhecharena bhakti yogena sevate sagunan samatitya brahma bhuyaya kalpate. One who engages in full devotional service, who does not fall down in any circumstance, at once transcends the modes of material nature and thus comes to the level of Brahman. One who fully engages in the devotional service of the Lord is immediately raised to the transcendental position, which is the Brahma Bhuta stage. So the pure devotee, he has no material desire. He has no desire for liberation. He does not desire any siddhis. So he is working only to please Krishna, the pure devotee, and he is liberated. That's how he is on the Brahman position. So any education or activity not on the Brahmabhuta platform, the platform of self-realization, is considered to be material. And Prahlāda Maharaj says that anything material cannot be the absolute truth, for the absolute truth is on the spiritual platform. So material is material. Absolute truth is transcendental. This is also confirmed by Lord Krishna in Bhagavad Gita 2:45, where he says, Tregunya Vishaya Veda, Nistregunyo Bhavarjuna. The Vedas mainly deal with the subject of the three modes of material nature. Rise above these modes, O Arjun. Be transcendental to all of them. So Krishna himself is saying that don't get distracted by the flowery language of the Vedas. The Vedas are very distractive if one actually follows them, because they will take one to do a lot of rituals, pious activities with the promise of taking one to the heavenly planets, with the promise of a lot of sense gratification. So then one may just stay there, not understanding, oh, actually the goal is to come one to the point of liberation. But one may just get so involved and distracted by the dharma, artha, kama, that one does not want to understand about moksha. So Krishna is saying, you rise above this. Come to the transcendental platform immediately. So by surrender, when we surrender to Krishna, that's transcendental. Surrender begins by chanting Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. So chanting the Hare Krishna mantra is a transcendental activity. It's not a material activity. To act on the material platform, even if one's activities are sanctioned by the Vedas, is not the ultimate goal of life. The ultimate goal of life is to stay on the spiritual platform, fully surrendered to the Param Purush, the Supreme Person. So these are the four Purusharthas, the Dharma, Artha, Kama, Moksha, but they are all material. But the Pancha Purushartha, the highest goal of life, that is Prema Pumartho Mahan. Lord Chaitanya says, to revive our love for Krishna. That is really the goal of human life. Because we are born, we may not know what is the goal of this life. What's the purpose of this human life? What are we doing here in this body? This is for us to revive our relationship with Krishna, our eternal loving relationship with Krishna. That's why we are given this human body. So this is the object of the human mission. In summary, the Vedic ritualistic ceremonies and injunctions are not to be discounted. They are means of being promoted to the spiritual platform. But if one does not come to the spiritual platform, the Vedic ceremonies are simply a waste of time, because one may just be stuck on that platform of doing the rituals with a desire to go to the heavens. Although the Vedas is nudging one gradually to come to liberation, but one may not, because it is so gradual and so distractive, one may not come to that point of asking about liberation. So this is confirmed in Srimad Bhagavatam 1-8. Dharmas svanusthita pumsam vishvakshena kathasuya notpadayet yadiratim shrama eva hi kevalam. Duties, dharma, executed by men, regardless of occupation, are only so much useless labor if they do not provoke attraction for the message of the Supreme Lord. If one very strictly performs the various duties of religion, but does not ultimately come to the platform of surrendering to the Supreme Lord, his methods of attaining salvation or elevation are simply a waste of time and energy. So this is what Bhagavatam is saying. Bhagavatam is saying that one may just be doing all the rituals and the pious activities that are recommended. But if one does not come to the point of surrendering to Krishna, then what's the use of performing all those rituals and those pious activities? Because the goal is that one should come to Krishna. act in such a way that brings us to Krishna. But if one is just involved in the rituals, not understanding that one has to progress further, then Bhagavatam is saying it is simply a waste of time. Is that okay? Any comments, questions?
So,
Disagreements? I'm
not,
sorry.
but that means that all these rituals which are supposed to be done, it is to bring us more closer to Krishna, advance us in our progress to reach to Krishna.
Yes.
But if we are not keeping Krishna in center, then that is waste of time.
Yes.
Right?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay.
Because that was the original mood of Srila Vyasadeva. He wrote the Vedas with a mood that, okay, so people can be peaceful here, enjoy, lead a pious life, go to the heavens, and then one will become frustrated, understand that, oh, there's still no happiness in the material world. Let me look into liberation. But what happens is, because our lives are so short, we may not even come to the point of asking about liberation, come to the point of surrender to Krishna. And so that's the reason he was feeling restless. He was not feeling happy. And then Narad Muni told him, you write Bhagavatam, because you didn't clearly inform what's the goal of life. You didn't clearly say what a person has to do in this life. And that is engage in devotional service. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So then going on, 27. So I'm not sure if you all want to stop at 7:30 or you all want to go on further.
We'll stop 7:45. 7:45 at your
It's okay.
normal
We'll go
time.
as normal. Okay.
At
Okay.
your normal time.
Okay. Jnanam tadetad amalam duravapam aha
Jnanam padetad amalam durvapamaha
narayano narasakakela naradya
narayano narsakakil naradayah
ekantinam bhagvatastad akinchananam
ekantinam bhagvat tad akinchananam
padarabindarajasa plutadehinam syat.
pada arvinda rajasa aplut dehinam syat.
Narayan, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, the well-wisher and friend of all living entities, formally explained this transcendental knowledge to the great saint Narad. Such knowledge is extremely difficult to understand without the mercy of a saintly person like Narad. But everyone who has taken shelter of Narad's disciplic succession can understand this confidential knowledge. It is stated here that this confidential knowledge is extremely difficult to understand, yet it is very easy to understand if one takes shelter of a pure devotee. Because to understand Krishna is not easy. Not easy. This is, Lord Chaitanya has made it easy for us. Understanding from the devotee has becomes easy. That's why we are advised Mahajano Yena Gata Sapantha, to follow the footsteps of the Mahajans. So Prahlāda Maharaj is also saying to understand Krishna is very difficult. But if one takes shelter of Narad Muni by understanding this knowledge in his parampara, in his disciplic succession, then one can understand this knowledge easily. This confidential knowledge is also mentioned at the end of Bhagavad Gita, where the Lord says,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna.
Shilpaji.
Yeah.
So I think that is also one of the reasons that why we can just understand a point of it, because we have taken shelter of Srila Prabhupada. We are holding on to him,
Yes.
right?
Yes, of
That's the
course, of
reason that we
course.
are able to understand these so difficult things. It's really, really difficult. Like how we only get entangled in our own thoughts sometimes, and then we mess it up. But yeah, only because of his shelter, because of his mercy, we are able to understand a little part of it, at least.
Jai,
Right?
thank you. Yes, yes, of course. We are hearing from Prabhupada. We are reading his books. Yes. Otherwise, it's not easy. And that's why it's so important to read his books. Yeah. So, Sarva Dharman Parityagya Mamekam Sharanam Vraja. Abandon all varieties of religion and just surrender unto me. This knowledge is an extremely confidential secret, but it can be understood if one approaches the Supreme Personality of Godhead through the bona fide agent, the spiritual master in the disciplic succession from Narad. Because one may be reading the Vedas, one may be a great scholar in the Vedas, but one may not understand Krishna for want of taking shelter of a bona fide spiritual master. So we can see the importance of hearing in the parampara, of hearing from the bona fide spiritual master, as we are here now hearing from Srila Prabhupada. So Prahlāda Maharaj wanted to impress upon the sons of the demons that although such knowledge can be understood only by a saintly person like Narad, they should not be disappointed. For if one takes shelter of Narad instead of material teachers, this knowledge is possible to understand. Understanding does not depend upon high parentage. So we can see that our process is really the descending process. Descending, the mercy is coming to us. Krishna's mercy is coming to us through the disciplic succession. We can't, it's not that we can understand Krishna by our own endeavors. No. Our endeavor, we engage in devotional service as we are advised to, but we wait for the mercy of the spiritual master, mercy of Krishna. So the living entity is certainly pure on the spiritual platform, and therefore anyone who attains the spiritual platform by the grace of the spiritual master can also understand this confidential knowledge. So taking the shelter of the spiritual master. It's by his mercy that we can understand. Yasya prasadat bhagavad prasado. We sing that in Guru Ashtakam, we sing that by pleasing the spiritual master, we can please Krishna. When we displease the spiritual master, we displease Krishna. So by pleasing the spiritual master, we can understand Krishna, we can please Krishna. Yasya deve para bhaktir yatha deve tatha guru. One who has implicit faith in both Guru and Krishna, all the imports of the Vedic knowledge are revealed to such a person. So one who has equal faith in both Krishna and Guru, then he can understand the essence of the Vedas. So what should be the percentage of faith in Guru and Krishna?
Same. Equal.
Same. Equal.
Yeah.
That's right. Yes, equal faith. Thank you. Yeah. Shrutam etan maya purvam.
Shrutam tatmaya purvam
Jnanam vijnana samyutam.
jnanam vijnanam samyutam
Dharmam bhagavatam shuddham.
dharmam bhagavatam shuddham
Narada deva darshana.
naradat deva darshanat.
Prahlāda Maharaj continued, I received this knowledge from the great saint Narad Muni, who was always engaged in devotional service. This knowledge, which is called Bhagavad Dharma, is fully scientific. It is based on logic and philosophy and is free from all material contamination. So Prahlāda Maharaj, such a great devotee, He's not saying I just got self-realized by myself. It's just that I was sleeping one day or sitting one day somewhere and I just got. Prahlāda Maharaj is saying, I received this knowledge from Narad Muni. That is the way of disciplic succession. So Prahlāda Maharaj heard this knowledge in the disciplic succession of Narad Muni. Shri Daitya Putra Ucha
Shri Daitya Putru Uchu.
Prahlāda Tvam Vayam Chapi
Prahlāda Tvam Vayam Cha Api
Nardenyam Vidmahe Gurum
Nyarte Anyam Vrihate Gurum
Etabhyam Guru Putrabhyam
Etabhyam Guru Putrabhyam
Balanam Abhiheshwaro
Balanam Ihi Iswaro
Balasyanta Puratthasya
Balasya Antapurastasya
Mahatsango Duranvaya
Mahat Sango Duranvayaha
Chindina Samshayam Somya
Chintina Samshayam Saumya
Syachit Vishrambhakaranam.
Shyachet Visambhakaranam.
The sons of the demons replied, Dear Prahlad, neither you nor we know any teacher or spiritual master other than Shanda and Amark, the sons of Shukracharya. After all, we are children and they are our controllers. For you especially, who always remain within the palace, it is very difficult to associate with a great personality. Dear friend, most gentle one, would you kindly explain how it was possible for you to hear Narad? Kindly dispel our doubts in this regard. Thus, in the Bhaktivedanta purports of the 7th canto, 6th chapter of the Srimad Bhagavatam, entitled Prahlāda instructs his demoniac schoolmates. So it's true, no? They are also wondering, hey, it's so difficult for you to go anywhere. And our teachers at Chanda and Amarka said, how did you even meet Narad Muni? He's such a great personality. How were you able to even meet him? So this brings us to the end of this chapter. Thoughts, comments on what we've been reading in this chapter? Realizations?
Like the most important things, what we have been reading earlier is again emphasized through Prahlāda Maharaj. And like again and again, it is emphasized that devotional service is only the way, it is the goal of your life. And you have to start, no matter how young you are, how old you are, wherever you are, just start it. And that should be the goal of your life, to please Krishna and to just hold on to his lotus feet.
Yeah, thank you. That's right.
And like how Guru is so important, yeah.
Yeah, it's the most important. So then is the desire for pure devotional service a material desire?
No.
That's right. It's not material. Even desiring pure devotional service is glorious in itself, because we may not be on the platform. We are not on that platform of pure devotional service, but at least we can desire for pure devotional service. And that is a spiritual desire. And so we are, by hearing Bhagavatam, by hearing of these great personalities, is to encourage us to have this kind of a desire to engage in pure devotional service. Otherwise, our desire is all material, give me this, give me that. I will be more comfortable like this. I will be more comfortable like that. Why this is happening to me? Why this is not happening to me? Isn't it? Then by hearing
Yes.
Bhagavatam, at least we may also, along with all those so many material desires, at least we can also try to have this one desire: my dear Lord, please engage me in your pure devotional service. can give us this kind of desire.
Yeah, I agree.
Right?
Yeah.
Yes. Okay. So then we'll begin the next chapter.
Yeah.
Or,
Okay. Correct.
okay. Chapter 7, what Prahlāda learned in the womb. In this chapter, to dissipate the doubts of his class friends, the sons of the demons, Prahlāda Maharaj states how, within the womb of his mother, he had heard from the mouth of Narad Muni, who had instructed him in Bhagavad Dharma. So this is like a summary we are hearing by Srila Prabhupada of this chapter 7. When Hiranyakashipu left his kingdom and went to the mountain known as Mandarachal to execute severe austerities, all the demons scattered. Hiranyakashipu's wife, Kayadu, was pregnant at that time, and the demigods, mistakenly thinking that she carried another demon in her womb, arrested her. The plan was that as soon as the child took birth, they would kill him. While they were taking Kayadu to the heavenly planets, they met Narad Muni, who stopped them from taking her away and took her to his ashram until Hiranyakashipu's return. In Narad Muni's ashram, Kayadu prayed for the protection of the baby in her womb, and Narad Muni reassured her and gave her instructions on spiritual knowledge. Taking advantage of those instructions, Prahlāda Maharaj, although a small baby within the womb, listened very carefully. The spirit soul is always apart from the material body. There is no change in the spiritual form of the living entity. Any person above the bodily conception of life is pure and can receive transcendental knowledge. This transcendental knowledge is devotional service. And Prahlāda Maharaj, while living in the womb of his mother, received instructions in devotional service from Narad Muni. Any person engaged in the service of the Lord through the instructions of a bona fide spiritual master is immediately liberated, and being free from the clutches of Maya, is relieved of all ignorance and material desires. The duty of everyone is to take shelter of the Supreme Lord and thus become free from all material desires. Regardless of the material condition in which one is situated, one can achieve this perfection. Devotional service is not dependent on the material activities of austerity, penance, mystic yoga, or piety. Even without such assets, one can achieve devotional service through the mercy of a pure devotee. So, devotional service, not dependent on anything material. How we can receive devotional service?
Only by the mercy of Guru. We can just
Yeah,
serve the Guru and
mercy of a pure devotee. Yeah, that's true. Just by His mercy we can receive, by serving Him. Yeah. So, because we may say, oh, I don't have this, so I can't engage in devotional service. I don't have that. No, just accept the instructions. Accept the instructions of the spiritual master and can engage in devotional service. Okay, so we'll stop here. Did you want to add anything? Comment?
this the bhakti, tapasya, yoga, and pavitrata. So these are the four limbs of, right? Like how in every yuga the one limb got removed, right? These are those four things.
Where is that? I'm sorry, where is this one?
In the last line, भक्ति तपस्या योग
Yeah.
या पवित्रता अन्य भौतिक क्रियाकलापों पर आश्रित नहीं होते, right?
So bhakti is not dependent on austerity, penance, mystic yoga, or piety. Because one may think I'm going to do a lot of rituals, a lot of pious activity, then I'll get bhakti. No. not on this. Or one may say, I will do a lot of austerity. Or one may say, I'll do a lot of penance. Or one may say, I'll get mystic yoga, then I can do devotional service. No, you can't get devotional service by doing all these things. Bhakti can be got only by mercy of a pure devotee. Only by compassion, because of compassion of a pure devotee do we get bhakti. Yeah, because we can see Hiranyakashipu, he did how much penances he did. For such a long time he did penance, but he didn't get bhakti, you know. So, because we may want all these things that I want the result of penance, I want the result of austerity, I want the result of piety, I want the result of mystic yoga, mysticism, but we can't get bhakti by doing all these things. But what we can do is engage austerity in Krishna consciousness. You know, some simple austerity, fasting on special days. Yeah, engage everything in Krishna's service. Mystic yoga, I don't know how we could engage it in Krishna's service, but the pure devotees have mystic yoga, right? Like we, you know, the pure devotees, how we hear Rasikananda, he would go on a tiger or something, you know.
Yes,
right? I mean, so yeah.
And piety.
Piety would be to serve the devotee. Huh? Hare Krishna.
Wanted to share. Manu, Meena's husband, he just passed away today morning. So,
What?
yeah.
I'm sorry, I can't hear you very well, Deepika. Your voice is very low for me.
Oh, really?
Who passed away?
Manu, Meena's husband.
Oh my God, really? Oh my God, I was supposed to call him before when I was in Taipei. I didn't.
So
Today morning, is it?
Yes.
Yeah,
Can we
let's
offer
chant for
this
him.
reading? Can we offer this reading to him? Can you please say once,
Yes.
Shilpa-ji?
Yeah.
We offer
Yes,
this reading
today's
to him.
reading. Yeah, we offer today's reading for the benefit of Manu. May Krishna always bless him. Let's chant one time for him. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Krishna.
You know how much he was devoted his life for Krishna.
Yeah, he was a good devotee. Yeah. What happened?
He
He was not well. Yeah, sorry, you can say.
So he was in the hospital receiving his therapy from past already, I think 1.5 months. Yeah.
What therapy was he getting?
I'm not really very sure. Something to do with his lungs. He had done some operation during COVID time also. He had recovered and he was on high dose of medication.
That was for the kidney or something, right? During COVID, that was for the kidney. I remember speaking to him. Huh?
Yes, correct, for the kidney. And he was receiving all that high medications all this while until now. Yeah.
Oh
and
my
from
God.
Because I remember he mentioned that Neha, when I told him that, you can come and sit at the temple when I had kept the program, he told me that Neha's, it is not possible for me to even drive sometimes now. And when I walk too much, then I'm not able to walk also. And I feel very tired. And just few days back, like Shubh is friends with Varun, so they had planned to go to Hali, and then Varun said that I'm sorry, I won't be able to join because I'm at hospital and because this was going him for a very long time from a regular basis. Hospital for the therapy in a regular basis. But then he used to get okay and everything used to go well, but then this time maybe.
So he was in the hospital today morning, is it, when he passed?
I think so, yeah, because the last week when I spoke with Nina, he was still in the hospital.
Mm. Oh, very, very sad to hear.
Sad.
Very sad to hear about him.
दीपिका,
जी
हाँ
जी
तो अब अभी वैसे जा रहे थे ना क्लब में, इंडियन क्लब में,
हाँ
तो अब वहाँ क्या नहीं जाए, क्या करें?
अ, अभी तक मैंने किसी से बात नहीं किया बिकॉज थोड़ा अर्ली मॉर्निंग है, तो थोड़ी देर बाद मैं कॉल करूंगी.
Deepika, if there is any news now you get that if there is something, then I would like to go because I would not get the news. So if you could let us know, please.
Yes, I will try my best. Even I have
Can
to get because it's
So
very
any
early.
news that you get, you can put it in the group. Will that be okay?
नहीं वो कैंसिल, क्लब का प्रोग्राम कैंसिल हो गया दीपिका.
ओके 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 ओके.
सिर्फ है ना एक दूसरे को बताना ना कब जाएंगे वहां पर, मीना के
जी
पास जाते या क्या.
जी आंटी, तो चेक करती हूँ.
हाँ
And if,
ठीक
let
है.
me know if there's something on Zoom, then I can attend on Zoom because
Okay, I will check
I
that
don't
for
know.
you.
Yeah,
Yeah,
because
I'll try to for that.
Shilpa ji, can we also say one Hare Krishna for the family because it is a very, very
yeah,
difficult
that's
time for
what.
them?
Yeah,
Can we
let
say
us.
one Hare
Yes.
Krishna for them?
Yeah, please. Yes, please. Hare Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare.
Hare.
Aye. So I'm gonna stop the recording here.
Yeah.
Yeah, Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai, Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Gaur Bhakta Vrinda ki jai, Hare Krishna.